Welcome to Crypto Daily. My name is Dustin Knaus, and be sure to follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. For today's deep dive, I wanted to look at the hottest thing in crypto right now, NFTs. But a lot of people don't know what a non-fungible token is, or if there's even a fungible token. Right now, we're seeing a big boom in what's called tokenization. Now, that essentially means taking something from the physical world and putting it in the digital world. This can be done with almost any type of object, from artwork to precious metals and even real estate. We are seeing it become really popular with precious metals. For example, Royal Mint Gold, or RMG, is a gold tokenization project with backing from the Royal Mint of Great Britain. You could say it's similar to how the US dollar used to work. Tokenization itself isn't really a new concept. In fact, it's been around for a really long time. It was used a lot in industries like the financial sector to protect personal data, like social security numbers or credit card numbers. Tokenization is also used for hospital records and voter registration. In these fields, tokens are used to replace personal data. A simple way to look at tokenization is when one object represents another. In fact, you could even say your driver's license or ID card is tokenization. In blockchain, tokens are used to represent physical and digital assets, as well as a unit of value in a particular system, like ownership stake. When it comes to tokens, there are two basic types, utility tokens and security tokens. A utility token serves some use case within a specific ecosystem, and they have no external value. These tokens allow users to perform some action on a certain network. Brave's Basic Attention Token, or BAT, for example, can only be used to tip content creators through the Brave browser or through other applications that have integrated BAT wallets, like Twitter. BAT has no other use beyond speculating on its value, and the same can be said for any other utility token. Utility tokens are not mineable cryptocurrencies. They are usually created in a batch all at once. Now, NFTs themselves are a type of utility token. On the other hand, there are security tokens. Security tokens get their value from an external asset. For example, they give you ownership in a company and work exactly as stocks do. In fact, security tokens are also classified as securities by financial regulators like the SEC, making them subject to the same rules as stocks, bonds, ETFs, and other securities. Now, I do want to be clear. Things like Bitcoin and Ethereum are not tokens. They are coins, which have a very different function. Unfortunately, a lot of people use coin and token interchangeably, but that's not true. Now, I'll likely dive into coins in a future episode. Now that you know the basics of tokens, let's talk about some of their benefits. With tokens, especially security tokens, you have fewer middlemen taking a cut. You no longer have people like brokers, registrars, and others. It's a direct transaction that happens much faster. Typically, buying and selling things like stocks takes days or even weeks to get all the paperwork done. Another benefit to tokens is that since they are on a blockchain network, they can't be faked or altered. There is a permanent record of the transaction or contract. Well, now let's talk about the difference between a non-fungible and fungible tokens. Fungible tokens are ones that represent a value. They can be traded for other things of similar value. They have duplicates that are essentially the same. Think about it like a dollar. If I borrow a dollar, when it comes time to replace it, any dollar is fine. You wouldn't expect me to give you the exact same piece of paper. Non-fungible tokens are more like collector's items. They have a very unique value. For example, if a museum were to loan out a Picasso, they would expect to get the exact same Picasso back. If I sent them a finger painting from a kindergarten class, they likely wouldn't be too happy about that. So the unique, one-of-a-kind factor is a big distinction between fungible and non-fungible tokens. Another thing to consider is the fact that NFTs can't be divided. With fungible tokens, I can break it down into smaller amounts. To go with our previous examples, I could return your dollar in portions. I could give you a quarter a week, or maybe I give you a penny a day for 100 days until it's paid back. With a Picasso, the museum would be pissed if you tried to return it in 100 pieces. Now, you could use tokenization to allow for multiple owners of a Picasso, but the Picasso is still one piece. I hope this deep dive was helpful in understanding tokens. Let me know by leaving a comment on Apple Podcasts or on YouTube. And remember, you can follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Dustin Knaus, and thank you for joining me today.